Welcome back to yet another episode of Laughing at Idiots Who Listen to Idiots the Leaker Edition. And no, I'm not getting an intro. I just struggled on how the fuck do I even start this video, so this is the shit I wrote. Anyways, if you took a peek at my channel, you would notice that I made quite a bit of responses to people throwing out bullshit surrounding Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and this video is no different. The title of the video is Bad News for Modern Warfare 2 and comes from WhosImmortal. Now, it is time to once again hold on to all the brain cells we can because we're starting the video.
Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Obviously, we've talked a lot about MW2 ever since it was first revealed not too long ago. There's been a lot of leaks and rumors surfacing regarding the game.
If anyone has been on the internet longer than a few months, it would be incredibly clear to them that unofficial leaks are nothing but speculations. But you would be surprised how quickly brains go flying out the window on the internet nowadays. I mean, people are literally being commended for fucking toasters, like that shit is normal.
Most of which details some brand new features coming to the game, and different things with multiplayer maps or different engine-based things. Today we have some very interesting leaks though that honestly, out of everything that we've seen surface so far from all the leaks and the rumors and the official confirmations, I'm the most concerned about and the most worried about because it does bring up some questions when it comes to the longevity of this game, but also the innovation of this game.
Honestly, the only people who can get concerned over obviously fake leaks are either people who don't have a clue as to what the fuck is going on, or people with a hate boner such as this guy, who look for any opportunity to shit on the game before it's even out.
So, as we go through it all today, if you enjoy the video at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it. It does really help the channel grow. We haven't gone for a like goal in a super long time, so let's try and go for 2,000 likes on this video.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
And if you're new here or if you have not subscribed yet, every single day I got you covered with all things going on in COD. So if you want to stay up to date with everything, feel free to hit that sub button and turn on those post notifications.
If by all the new things you mean obviously fake shit that's thrown around on Twitter all willy-nilly, then I'll have to pass.
So the sort of light at the end of the tunnel when it comes to these leaks, which like I said, do bring some worry into my mind, is that these are just leaks at the end of the day. It doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to come to fruition. They could very easily just be leftover files. They could be scrapped. They could be updated in various ways by the time that we actually see MW2 launch this fall.
It's not even that they may not come to fruition, it's that they fucking won't, because guess what? Degenerates on Twitter throwing leaks around are not fucking insiders. Wow.
That said, if they do come to fruition, there are some questions that probably should be asked, but this information is coming from Reality over on Twitter. I'm sure if you are keeping up to date with all the MW2 leaks and a lot of just the COD leaks in general, you know Reality's name by now.
Oh, trust me, I am. It's that one guy who said a bunch of shit that didn't come true because it was obvious false news. Hold up, that doesn't really help distinguish anyone. Just know he's yet another snake oil salesman, that's it.
But recently, the Warzone mobile game Project Aurora, as it's also known, has been put out in an alpha stage. And in those files, there's a lot of different game files relating to Warzone 2 under the tag of IW9, which is basically the engine that's being used for MW2 and Warzone 2 and whatnot.
Damn bro, that's crazy. Do you mind showing us any of those game files? Oh wait, you cannot show them because they don't fucking exist. It's very convenient how that shit goes. They never show anything under the excuse of, oh, I'll get a strike. But if that was really the case, wouldn't it make sense to upload it on a different platform or on a different account? Yeah, go on, I'm waiting.
So a lot of the stuff that we've seen tagged under that is presumably for Warzone 2. Some of it actually has even been hidden since we last talked about it with different map locations and names and stuff like that. So
okay, fine, don't show anything. How about you name a single example? Is that too much to ask? Oh wait, then you would look like a jackass when it doesn't come true. You see what I mean, right guys? It's always the same story. I can smell it from a mile away at this point. Kinda smells like ass.
Take that for what it's worth. But recently, Reality put out a tweet saying, returning perks in Modern Warfare 2 as per the Warzone mobile files. So all the perks that we could see return in MW2 multiplayer as of right now include Amped, Engineer, Restock, Ghost, High Alert, Overkill, Battle Hardened, Kill Chain, Scavenger, Shrapnel, and Cold-Blooded. Now, Reality does also end this tweet by saying, bear in mind, these are not all the perks, just those that are currently in the Warzone mobile files with that IW9 tag. So,
once again, zero proof. But of course, this guy is going to sit here and play stupid in order to milk this shit for all it's worth. I mean, I'm fine with milking shit for videos, but if you're gonna do it, don't fucking lie to your audience. Is that such an unreasonable demand?
that is what, 11 perks, 10, 11 perks there that are all being apparently reused for MW2 and Warzone 2. Now, you might sort of be able to figure out where my worry and where my concern stems from here if—
Yeah, straight from your own ass. It is popular to shit on COD on YouTube, however, out of so many valid things to criticize, you're choosing to shit on something that's completely retarded and based on straight bullshit.
we're seeing our perk categories in MW2 and Warzone 2 predominantly made up from perks that we've already had in a game that is built on this a similar engine that's going to feel somewhat close to MW 2019 and Warzone as we know it now. Is that game gonna really feel all that fresh when it comes to gameplay if we're using the same exact perk setups as before? You know, if we're still running Overkill and Amped and Ghost or EOD or whatever.
This is how you know this guy is a complete clown. Overkill has been in Call of Duty since Call of Duty 4. Ghost has been in Call of Duty since Black Ops 1. EOD or Blast Shield has been in Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 3. Yet, why did he never once complain about those perks being reused before now? Oh right, he just needs any reason to bitch and moan about Modern Warfare 2 before its release.
The case maybe obviously that's not on this list per se, but you get the gist of it there. That is something that I was not necessarily expecting to hear. We've been hearing a lot about how, you know, MW2 here, full 3-year development cycle, first time since MW 2019. Action-packed, content-packed with a ton of multiplayer maps that have already been leaked that we talked about before.
Leaks are no indication of anything to do with the actual game and you fucking know it.
I'd expect a ton of innovation, a ton of new features and content pieces in every single corner you look at in this game. To see a list that long of returning perks, potentially, keep in mind these could just be leftover files for all we know, but
I'm going to assume they're real because Modern Warfare 2 bad. Also, need I remind you of all the new features we know for sure will be in the game, like both dolphin diving and sliding, hanging on ledges, the new gunsmith, revamped vehicles and so on. You know, the things that have been confirmed to be in the game. Very convenient how you're avoiding all of that in favor of pushing this narrative that Modern Warfare 2 will be a copy and paste of Modern Warfare 2019.
if that ends up coming to fruition, that is a lot of reused stuff that I feel like definitely takes away from the game feeling fresh and feeling unique and really feeling new.
Bruh, what retarded logic is that? Because Call of Duty has some recycled perks, it's the same game every year, like what the fuck? Not to mention, let's just run with these leaks for a second. Quite a few of these perks like Amped, Kill Chain or Restock are new perks from Modern Warfare 2019. Why the fuck would they just throw them away never to use them again? It just sounds stupid. Much like this entire video.
And not so much of a MW 2019 DLC, you know what I'm saying? And also, you know, in COD, obviously we're gonna have some similar perks every year. For instance, Ghost. That's something we pretty much always see in COD. Now,
So if we almost always see it, why is it suddenly a problem that it's in Modern Warfare 2? Also, how many more times will this guy plug his Twitter in this video? This is the second time already and we're barely at the halfway point.
Now, depending on how it works, it could be very controversial or completely okay if it's hiding you off the map, you know, when you're moving, but not when you're standing still. Things like Cold-Blooded are always there, Scavenger's always there, Overkill's always there.
So what you're saying is that you were bitching and moaning about literally nothing. This shit writes itself.
Sometimes we get underkill, stuff like that's to be expected, but all of these perks, that's a lot. Like, let's say we have 3 perk categories, and I think in MW 2019 we launched with 5 or 6 perks per category, so there were 15 to 18 perks in the game at launch, right? If we have 10, 11 here, that's the vast majority of what we could potentially be seeing in game. That just doesn't seem like that much new factor, I guess you could say. Like,
I mean, just listen to this. He's literally acting like the only thing that makes Call of Duty different from previous games are the perks.
I want that fresh feeling. I want that unique feeling when it comes to playing MW2 versus MW 2019. And this information surfacing here does make me sort of question, is this going to feel like a DLC or is this going to feel like a brand new game?
Maybe if you were looking for real information instead of obvious bullshit, you would have your answer. The game is definitely going to be different from Modern Warfare 2019. Not saying it will be good, but at the same time, not saying it will be bad either, because we cannot know that right now. Honestly guys, if you want to know whether you like this game or not, just play the beta and make your decision from there. That's the best advice I can give.
Now, of course, this is a very small aspect of the game, just the perks. Obviously, we know of everything else that's been leaked and rumored so far with Warzone 2, the map there, the DMZ mode, all the multiplayer maps, potential modes, the new modes that we have confirmed.
But you're still going to sit here and act like these perks are the fucking deal breaker. This guy is such a fucking clown.
This is just a very, very small piece of the much larger puzzle, but nonetheless, I feel like it is worth looking into and, questioning and, looking at it in a more objective stance, saying, this could be not super ideal.
Except you haven't been taking an objective stance. Some people like these perks and want them to return, others do not. And you fall under the latter category. However, you are trying to pass off your subjective opinion as an objective fact, which is why your video is completely retarded.
You know what I mean? On top of that, also, I did want to bring up, Reality followed that tweet up with a few other tweets about other stuff. He says, very unsurprising that these are returning, but posting them anyways for those impressions. The Cluster Strike, Deployable Cover, UAV, and Munitions box were also listed in the files, apparently. I'm not particularly disappointed to hear that any of those are returning.
But perks that have been returning for over a decade are an issue. Like, what even is this video at this point?
I would be with these perks. A lot of those are sort of basic stuff that I would not be surprised to see in any given COD. Black Ops 5, Black Ops 65, MW2, MW19 does not matter. That's pretty standard stuff for COD, right?
And so are the fucking perks. Serious question here, are you genuinely retarded? Because now I'm starting to feel bad about making this video.
He also says there was a new pistol and a new marksman rifle added too. I assume that's for Warzone 2 though, if it's got the IW9 tag and not for Warzone as we know it now, or Vanguard. But yeah, there's new weapons. That doesn't really mean much for us though at this point in the game, just because we don't really have all that many confirmations outside of what we've seen in the trailers and the key art and stuff like that so far.
And we also don't have any confirmations about the perks either. But you're going to still make this video while pushing the narrative that these perks are 100% going to be recycled. I mean, for some of them, I'm expecting them to come back, but again, these leaks are just glorified speculation at best and straight up bullshit at worst.
Now, something else I do feel like is worth adding on here, based off of previous information that we've discussed on the channel a little while back, Tom Henderson in the past has also said that apparently pro perks are going to be in the game, at least for like Warzone 2. As of what he's heard recently, they could potentially be gained by completing the various stronghold tasks, which, as we've also talked about, is supposedly the way that you can get your loadout in Warzone 2. But that said, if we had a lot of these returning perks that obviously we have now in Warzone, but we also have pro variants of them, like back in the OG MW2, perhaps then, despite them being obviously similar in a lot of ways, we end up seeing some more diversity and that sort of unique feel to using a lot of them, because the pro upgrades that come with them change things a little bit more than having the same reused perk that we just played in MW 2019 and Warzone over the past couple of years.
So in the span of this video, we went from being outraged about returning shit to not caring, and to yet again being outraged by it. I seriously don't understand who this guy is trying to appease here. Also, all these leaks he was talking about just now are also bullshit. Not that anyone's surprised at this point.
So that is something else important to note, like I said, that I think could potentially also shine some light as to why perhaps we have so many repeats. Of course, though, we're gonna have to wait and see if this ends up being the case.
Actually, we don't, because we know that leakers aren't fucking insiders, and therefore anything they throw around is just their speculation and we can throw it away instantly.
Now, once the beta rolls around here, we'll have a good idea of what some of the perks are going to be, and obviously we'll get more information as we get closer to the multiplayer reveal, and obviously launch as well being the biggest part of it all. So
and we are finally done with this dogshit video. Honestly, I don't think this video really appeased anyone. Like, it's almost as if he was trying to appease both the Call of Duty outrage mob and the COD fanboys, with how much he was flip-flopping, but in the end he just ended up looking incredibly stupid. Be sure to like and subscribe to boost me in the algorithm. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.